Welcome back to Razmafsar channel. My name is Manusher Moshtaq Rasani. I have already shown you this saber, this wide bladed Shamshir, as it was used to be called by the late Ostad Haj Hossein Farajian. Of course, if you look at the handle is a kilic style or pala style. If you take a look at this, kilic style or pala style of the Ottoman Turkish, but the blade is a wide bladed Shamshir. Also it could be an Ottoman, but the difference is that the Ottoman blades have a T-spine on the back of the edge, which comes to the, as the Ottomans call it, Yelman, or as we call it in Persian, Yalman. So it is a T-spine and then comes here, and then this double edge starts there. So this is Haj Hossein Farajian called it a war Shamshir, Shamshir Jangi. It's quite a heavy one. The dimensions, I'm going to put them in the description. We have already introduced it, I think, some like 1 or 2 years ago on this channel. But here you see that Inna Fatahna Lakam Fatan Mubina is a gilded inscription. On this side is Amale Hossein Farajian. Makes this sword something special, this saber. You see the forged hammer marks on the blade, because the blade is forged, and you see also the hammer marks. It is left unpolished, so you can take a look at it. That's the way Ostad Haj Hossein Farajian did. And then the cross guard is made of brass, copper alloy, and well, this is this. Now I need to say something to you. Very often the understanding of saber is the late saber, or also influenced by late European sabers, which are light blades, very fast, very flashy. Please remember, even you don't need to have such a wide blade. I have handled like hundreds of Shamshirs in Iranian museums, also European collections, and also United States. Early Shamshirs, or also Safavid period, even middle and until the end of the Safavid period, even in the Afsharid period, they are really heavy blades. The heavy blades because they were used with shield, separ, on the battlefield. If you take a look at this, okay, it's a wide bladed one. Why do I mention that it's heavy blade? Often we talk about an axe which cannot be broken. If I want to go one step and talk about kukri or kukuri, which is the smaller ones, medium size, or even long ones like sirupati, which are can be wielded by two hands, they call it kukuri, or kukri behaves like an axe. The same applies with this type of sabers. They are really strong and behave like an axe. We have it also in Mughal India, with tulwar handles, the same type of blades. Most of them, or many of them, have T-spine, some of them don't, and they have really heavy blades. And I assure you, this type of blade will not break. I show you the flexibility. It is flexible, but you see the resistance it gives to me, right? So it's really suited and suitable for armored combat even. If you want to go to overhand thrusts, if you want to go to thrust from down, and even if you imagine you hit the neck, which is, okay, you have a gambeson, on top of it you have mail armor, still it can deliver extremely heavy blows, and it goes through the mail, which jumps up, and goes through the gambeson. I assure you it will go through and cut. Today I'm going to show you a special cutting test. With this cutting test, I'm going to use 4 bamboos, and these bamboos, there are 4 types, and many of them are of medium sized, some of them are small combined with medium size, and we are going to stick them together. The reason is, if you have one big bamboo, you have one surface. Here you have 4 different surfaces which are close to each other and give you lots of resistance to your blade, even if you cut the first one, because the bamboos just give in first and comes to the second, it tries to stop the second, and it goes to the third, it tries to stop, and to the fourth. You will see that this blade cuts through 4 bamboo, and these bamboos, it cuts them by one hand. This demonstration is, and these bamboos are not fresh bamboo, some of them are still green, which is makes them still very flexible. On one test we had one which was a dried bamboo and combined it with fresher bamboos, but again they're not bamboo which is still in the ground and absorbing lots of power, meaning it makes them much more resistant to your strikes. So you will see that this saber does not have any problem. I remember back then when Haj Hossein Farajian was alive, he once showed me how he quenched the blade, and he got this the edge of the blade and he quenched it, and how he showed me with a very small piece of steel how he could even scratch his nail, how he could cut with it a piece of paper. So making a sword is not only a question of balance, which he excelled in it. It's not a question only of how you forge it, but very often people forget it, how you quench the edge of the blade. It was true in the past and it's true also today. For cutting test, of course, you need good technique, you need to go through, and also you need a good blade. So you can take a look at this saber made by Shamshir, made by Haj Hossein Farajian. The handle is made of horn snaps, and then a wooden scabbard covered by leather and brass fittings. Here you see Amal Hossein Farajian, and then the blade, you see the hammer marks everywhere there, and also the forged blade. Here you see Inna Fatahna Lakan Fatan Mubina, gilded inscriptions, and then the rest of the blade. So you have seen the cutting test on bamboo, and this was a saber or Shamshir with a kilic handle made by Ostad Haj Hossein Faraian, and you've seen this, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. Please ask any question you might have. Thank you very much.